Hello my friends. This is Jeannette filming from the city of San Antonio, Texas, here in this beautiful, cloudy and windy day. It is a beautiful day. I welcome all of you. If you are just tuning to my channel, my loves, I welcome you with all of my heart, asking you please to like, subscribe and comment to my channel. That helped me to grow. I am a freelance makeup artist. This channel, it is informative, it is educational. If you are a makeup lover or simply if you are a beginner, I would love to dedicate this part of the segment of this video to you. And I'm going to be speaking about essentials. Okay, when we speak about makeup, we need tools. And I want to remind you, you have at home the best tools you can ever think of. And that is your hands. If that is true, I've been teaching with the warmth of your fingers, you can achieve exceptionally a beautiful placement. Tools that help us, to develop our artistic skills. Because let me tell you, not even the greatest painter in this world can achieve the amazing painting if they don't have the right tools. It's the same thing with makeup. If you don't invest and if you don't have the right tools to accomplish what you want to do regarding your makeup, it is a little bit difficult. You don't have to invest in the most expensive brushes on this world. And just to say something, I'm going to give you tips. If happen, then you don't know where to start. If you doesn't know where to look at, what kind of brushes works much better than another one. I will show you something. As a professional makeup artist, my friends, I've been working with this collection of brushes that are one of the most stunning brushes I had. Is that good? That until this very day and after several years, because these brushes, friends, are going to last you. They are from Morphe. If I have to choose between synthetic brushes, I like Morphe brushes. Okay, these are the precise brushes in my collection. And I use these tiny brushes, like I just said, for precision placement or when I want to accomplish something more detailed on my eyes. The prices are very affordable. Now, my loves, if you really like to invest in a good quality of brushes, my Kitco, a beautiful collection of brushes. As you can see here in this rack, the most of them are from my Kitco. They are a little bit more pricey, but performance-wise, they're amazing. By conclusion, if you don't have the proper tools, you won't be able to achieve a good job. If you are planning investing brushes or product, always go for a better quality and get prepared to be spending a little bit more on good product. For instance, and I'm sorry my loves that I'm going to say this, but in the meanwhile you can find amazing prices on drugstore foundations that doesn't blend very well. Okay, you can find another product that have a better infusion. In the long run, you are going to see the benefit, pros and cons of using one type and the other type, because your skin is the one that is receiving, everything. The pores absorb everything. So get ready when it's the time for you to invest on something to get the best quality that you can afford, because this is going to help you when you reach 30, 40, 50 years old, then you're going to find yourself spending more money, on expensive treatments because you develop a lot of other issues due to the chemicals. That is something that I don't see very much of makeup artists talking or influencers talking about that issue. If you are in your 20s now, early 30s, why not to say, probably your skin is pretty healthy, okay? But you can say same story if you are reaching 40 and 50 and you start developing premature aging, decreased collagen on your skin, or other problem like it is melasma, or it is hyperpigmentation or irritation that require medical attention. So, my friends, if that is true, this is a topic that we can be for hours speaking and discussing, but at the end, it is all about preferences. My main tip it is this: if you are going to invest in any product, tools like brushes, foundations, concealers, and that are the base of everything, get ready to spend a tiny little bit better and you can get a better quality product that is going to help you and benefit your skin. Friends, a proper skin prep will ensure you a long-lasting makeup application. If you don't prepare your skin, that is the principle of all, if you don't have a proper skin prep with your moisturizing, you don't have to have a bunch of on the list of the product, but a good exfoliator, if your skin can allow that to happen, is many things you can find on the market. If you don't have a good, a peptides product infused with peptide, infused with hyaluronic acid, B5, vitamin E, friends, those are nurturing your skin. And finally, a moisturizer. Without a moisturizer, your foundation cannot have a good performance. These tips, friends, like I'm saying, are principles. I hate to say traditional because it's not the case, are just principles on the application of your makeup. In every single of my videos, I name product. Every category, I demo recent releases, I demo recent launches, I demo performance of the product. But if that depends on me, friends, and I have to give you a tip again, it will be this. If you are looking to have a product for a long run, the most of the product, they are seasonal, okay? Meaning, for example, I've been speaking a lot about Chanel, just to mention something, Chanel, okay? And blushes, illuminators, or skin enhancers, okay? Actually, this product can serve you for a very long time. They are new product, and you can use it in a very long run. But when we're speaking about seasonal product, friends, we're talking about that from now to 3 months, those products are going to be obsolete and you're not going to be able to use it because another launches keep coming, another releases keep coming. So if you are going to invest in a product, go for essential product. For example, Patikta, let us say that you don't know much about placement or you don't know how to create, but you have this artistic, talent. Patikta have beautiful product, friends, that you can work with in a very long run. This is the dimension number 3, are neutral shades. This is a palette that you can use all around the year, my loves. And you can add shimmer, foils, pigments from another little palette. But this kind of palette is a very good investment that in 3 more months, you are going to still using it. Another palette, friends, it is from Vanessa Myricks. Her palette, her product, and everything she produced, friends, are beautifully, beautifully thought of. This essential defining neutral palette, you can use it for everything. It's a multi-use palette. You can use it for your eyes, contour, eyeliner, lip liners, just to mention some, and bronzing. What I'm trying to say, if you want to invest or you are thinking on buying certain product, this is just an example, my loves. Pat McGrath, what happened with this makeup artist? I know that is a lot of controversial opinion about her product, but we can't deny are some of the most artistic palette that you can find in the market. Okay. These palette, friends, have been with me for the longest time that you can ever imagine. I've been using so much this palette, highly pigmentation, versatile, multi-use, dry and wet. If you like to add to any neutral shades, any pop of color, you can find some choices here. I have another palette from her that it never got obsolete, and I found myself using this palette winter, summer, spring, all around the year. I recently invest in a second palette from Pat McGrath. It is the Mother Chip number 8. It's the Divine Rose number 2, and she came with this stunning new emboss from the Love collection that I've been unable to show to you. These are some of the most beautiful palette, friends. Come on this beautiful gold case, but the point here it is about these, friends. Look at the shades. These are some of the shades that are so in now for spring, summer, and I found again myself using this palette so much, friends, that this is my first investment on the same palette, but I was wanting to have a second one in case if I can find any more this palette. This is one of the most stunning creation from Pat McGrath. This came on the Love collection, my loves. We're going to be working very soon artistic product that you can use no matter what is the season, all around the year. I remind you, makeup is all about preferences, okay? Always look for a better quality product, okay? So this is some of the palette, friends, that I got on this last year Love collection, if I don't mistake. I found myself using them so much. I have the mini, like I was mentioning. If I have a matte, I can find foil pigment here, metallic pigment, shimmery pigment on this mini one. So you don't have to spend a fortune, but spend wisely in better quality product. They are effortless, they are very artistic. Another underrated makeup artist that is being producing a stunning product friend is Beanie Samaya, okay? And if that is true, I don't want to mention name, but I want that you observe the shades, pigments, quality. So I hope with all of my heart on this introduction, friends, it's been helpful for you, help you to make a choice, help you to guide you at the time when you have to invest your money in new products. This segment is specifically for people that are beginners, makeup lovers, then little tips are never obsolete to get, okay? Since my channel, it is educational, emphasizing and reinforcing the idea, my friend, that not every product that you buy has to be extremely expensive, but always pick for the better quality. Okay, that is the principle number 1. Second segment of my video, I'm going to be teaching principles of application of your product. If you understand, our face is not flat or not rounded or just oval or just diamond shape or heart shape. We have curves. And those curves in our faces, friends, produce shadow and light. So this segment is going to be about the placement of light, how you can achieve that. So we're going to proceed with the Christian Dior Forever Skin Glow. I just did apply the Forever Glow Star Filter. Beautiful product. And I will proceed with my foundation meanwhile I speak. When you are going to know and understand where the light need to be enhanced on your face. And I'm not speaking about photography, my friends, okay? I'm speaking about the principle of the application of your product. If you want to apply your product like a pro, this is what we're going to be speaking of now. And the shade of my foundation is 2.5 neutral because I have a combination of undertone. It's not a traditional thing because placement as makeup is all about preferences, but there are principles we can break. Normally when the light hit on our face, and you can see any pictures when the weather allows me, I take it in natural 100% natural light. Okay, it's going to be the center of our forehead, mainly T-zone, nasal labial, corner of lips, and tip of our chin. Sometimes some people like to put light on the top of your nose, okay, on the tip of the nose, but naturally we don't have light there, but we have a tendency to get more burn since this is more protuberant and is more exposed. You never put shadow on these areas, okay? Never. Light go on the bridge of your nose, lateral side of your nose, shadow. Okay, now cheeks. The cheeks are more protuberant in your face. So when the cheek end or the bone structure end and its natural curvature, you are going to see naturally a shadow on that area. The shadow also, since we have a slightly dentation on the temples, you might see some shadow there, okay? I've been explaining as well, if you are receding volume on this area, I recommend to don't shadow really much, but enlighten it slightly bit just to make it look fuller, okay? The same thing, as it is my case, on the corners of my lips, I'm been facing a loose of volume here. So I love putting some light over there to make the trick, to make it fuller. I recently uploaded a video, it's the very last video that you can find on my channel, in which I was showing a technique using the TW product from Danessa Myricks, which is a white base, of how to enhance the luminosity on your face. I'm going to be using Givenchy Prisme Libre Skin Caring Concealer. Okay, and you see two shades here because one, I use it for the purpose of the cancellation of my dark circles, and the second come on picture for illumination, enlightening my eyes and all the areas of my skin that I want to enhance. I expect by the end of all this segment you can have a better understanding of the why and how. It's up to you to apply the underpainting techniques. It's up to you if you wanna go through that. But the only tip I can give you, the more than you practice, the better you can get. Since the application of the first shades is done over there, to cover the dark circles, I'm going to proceed with the shade 85, and I'm going to be applying this where the light hit my face, which is going to be the inner area of my eyes. I have deep set of eyes, and I like to enlighten slightly with that area because this produces a dentation there. The nasal labial area, corners of my lips, outer corners of my eyes, and center of my forehead. I haven't applied more product than it is actually on the applicator. I'm going to start diffusing the product on the larger areas, okay? So that way I leave a tiny little more time for the product to set on the inner portion of my eyes. I emphasize one more time, it is up to you to use this technique. So over here, I'm just coming to the bridge of my nose. Okay, so we're there. I think you can observe what is going on the bridge of my nose. And in this segment, also we're going to be teaching about the powders. I've been trying to make a point with the powder friends, but again, if you like to bake, to cake, your skin is all about preferences, okay? But I'm speaking about to the audience that are trying to learn the principles, basic principles on the application of your product and where you can start, okay? So the brow bone, normally it is lighter than the inner corner, because over here, due to the structure of our face, you're going to have the tendency to see more shadow over there, okay? So if you can compare this eye to this eye, and the other thing, if you notice, I don't bring the concealer all the way close to my lash line, because we have a natural shadow there. So you cover that shadow, friends. After, you need to come with more product and create that shadow. Before applying the powder, I would like to say that the entire concept originated about the cosmetic placement, okay? Like any other things in life have seasons, tendencies. But it is one thing that I would like to say that we should, in general, never forget, okay? Because depending on our age, depending on the tendency, depending on the structure of your face, the adornment of the makeup or the cosmetic world is to enhance your feature, okay? And to correct as well. I want to be using this palette. I invest year and a half ago. It is from Scott Barnes. I love this palette because you can see neutrals, cool tones, warm tones. For contouring, I'm going to talk about another thing, friends, that it is imperative and very basic. When you are contouring your face, you always use cool tone and more gray shades, because we are speaking about shadow. But when you bronze your face, we talk about more neutral, warm tones, okay? So for the contouring, I'm going to be using this shade here. I think that shade is very pretty. Let me show you so you can have an idea of the differences. This shade is called Carve. It couldn't be better named, Carve. So we're going to be carving my face, okay? And the other one that I can use and is also cool tone is Dice. It's a little deeper in shade, but it's beautiful as well. Depending, this shade is stunning for summer. So when you want to contour your nose, you are going to the lateral top sides, slightly bit, okay? And it's going to be just very tiny bit of the application. I have shadow there because I have dentation there that I really like to emphasize. And I have a natural dentation there. So this is more or less how my nose look, okay? Contour also obey for the purpose of definition, your jawline and correction, okay? So don't go on top, because that is going to produce and your face look shorter, but you are going on the right edge over there. If happen, my loves, you have excess of let us say body fat, okay, deposit in this area, when it is very normal depending on the type of face we have. You go, for example, let us say that I have a hanging area, a slightly hanging area that I want to correct. you just go slightly bit above and round it and darken that area, because that is going to help it to simulate. Okay, the same thing here. I don't go on top of my chin, but I go right in. You have normal temples, like a per se, then you haven't experienced yet the dentation that normally age produce, you know, loss of volume. You can slightly bit contour this area as well. Don't do thick lines because the most of the time doesn't look natural, my friends. And here, okay, when this is the tricky part about the hollow of your cheek. This is my hollow, okay? Our faces are made proportionally, but if it happens that your cheeks are really big or your cheeks are really small, it's going to depend then on the application. Taking as reference the tip of my ear, okay? So the tip of the ear is here, and I draw a little line, not in the right hollow, but just on the edge. Because when you start diffusing your product, you're coming back and forth with the product. Okay, so this part is done, and now we're going to proceed with the blending. I'm going to be using Bdellium. So this is what I was saying when we are diffusing the contour frame. So we are going up and up, back and forth. So regardless, you're going to be moving the product up and down, okay? So for that reason, the application shouldn't be too low. And now I'm going to be diffusing this product downward. If you have double chin, always is beneficial to apply a little bit of contour on that area, my friends. This is Bdellium. I can give you the information about this stunning brush. Is Golden Triangle Face Blending. You apply and slightly bit the product under your lips. Makes your lower lips look more volumized. Okay, you can do the same thing on top if that is what you want. So these are basics, principles on the application of light shadow. I'm going to be using Anna Sui, the shade 200. It's a loose powder, micro finish, manufactured in Japan. I will be listing every single of the product I'm being using today for the purpose of this class. So the powder is going to be, don't say traditionally, but we're going to say depending on the skin type you have. If happen and you like to mattify your face, friends, it's okay, you can do it. But if happen also that you have a mature skin, we're going to have the tendency to have or experiencing more dryness on our skin. So you don't want to mattify the areas that are already dry. So I'm going to grab a tiny little bit of the powder with this my Ultra Multi from my Kitco. Is the best brush ever bought, friends. So it is that amazing that I'm going to get another one. So the amount of product, my friends, that I grab on this brush is just minimal. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply the product with a stippling motion all over where I place my concealer, and making sure, friend, before you do this step, then you don't have any crease, so the powder is not going to be sitting right on the lines of expression. This powder specifically, it is an illuminator. I like picking, you know, purple rosy shades because that helps always to blur even more imperfections on your face, okay? So I turn a little bit more what I did apply. So the only purpose of doing this step, my loves, is just to help the product set. And here I can afford it also, but not really much, because I don't want to mattify my skin. So this is how much I use for a product that is going to be for a very long run, friends, including the tools I use for today's demo. So this is more or less the underpainting before applying your blush, before applying your bronzing, and before applying your highlighter. So that is going to be in the next video. I appreciate for your time. Thank you so much. I hope that you understand the point of this video. Tendencies are temporary. So I thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your attention.